And good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. It's actually colleges and university night tonight on the Pete Mezzetti Show. And tonight we're very proud to welcome for the first time Steve Minkler, who's the CEO of Middlesex Community College. Sir, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing well, Pete. Thanks so much for having me
tonight. Thanks for coming down. Well, welcome for the first time.
My pleasure. It's great to be here for the first time and to see the kind of studio you have here. And I feel right at home since doing this kind of work was earlier part of my career.
So, oh, was it?
Yeah. So I originally worked at Capital Community College in Hartford for 20 years doing instructional media, doing production work with students, doing coursework with them, but also a lot of production work for the college, doing instructional videos of all sorts. So
wow.
I feel right at home.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Well, thanks. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been president of Middlesex Community College.
Well, I've been at Middlesex Community College now since the January of 2012. I was originally hired as the Dean of Academic Affairs, so I oversaw all of the faculty, all of the academic programming, and did a lot of work to start up new programming at the college, mostly in the health and life sciences area, but then also in updating our Center for New Media, which is media production like what you guys are doing here.
Absolutely.
And in May of 2017, the president of the college had left. She retired, and they asked me to step up a little bit to the plate to be both the dean and the chief executive officer. So I've been doing that work now since 2017. Very happily, though, I hired a new academic dean this past summer, so I just have one role at the college now as chief executive officer.
Who's the new dean?
Her name is Dr. Sherelle Mathis, and she's Dean of Academic and Student Affairs. She came to us from Manchester Community College, where she was a biology professor and what we call a division director or a faculty supervisor. So she's on board, and she's assisted by Dr. Wesley Fox, who's an associate dean of academics.
So tell us a little bit about the college.
Well, the college has a main campus in Middletown. We're at 100 Training Hill Road, sort of in the south end of town. The college was founded in the year 1966, originally as a satellite of Manchester Community College, but very quickly after that became its own standalone independent college. So we've had that campus on the hill since about the early 1970s. We also have a satellite campus at Platt High School in the city of Meriden. So we have afternoon and evening classes at Platt. And we certainly have an online presence. We have many of our courses are offered online through a system called Blackboard. So students can come to campus, they can go to Meriden, or they can take a class online. The college actually has some signature programs in health and life science, engineering, public service, criminal justice, digital media production, and we have many accredited programs that students can take that lead them to professional certification once they've graduated.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, very neat. Very neat. So tell us a little bit more about what's going on.
Well, it's really a fabulous time to be a student at Middlesex Community College. We've got a lot going on there with some of our newer programming. The students who are in our media production courses, for example, we're now being able to live stream some of the productions these students do over Facebook Live and in other streaming formats.
Oh, cool.
And students, whether they're in media production or many of our other programs, have the opportunity to do internships at local businesses or nonprofit agencies, community agencies, maybe even have some interns here at the TV station here. So a student will get significant hands-on experience in whatever they choose to major in at Middlesex, both on campus, but then also in internships and other ways that we try to be more involved in our community around us.
Now, how many students do we have?
We have about 2,600 students taking programs for academic credit, which lead toward degrees, associate degrees, and about another 1,500 or so take non-credit programs that lead to short-term job-ready certifications and things like certified nurse aide or EMT, phlebotomy. And we also have a special program with Eversource to train students to be natural gas pipeline technicians.
There you go.
So lots of things going on at Middlesex.
There are a lot of things going on. But from what I also understand in here, you guys have a fundraiser coming up.
Yes, we do. So as a state college, we are supported by the state of Connecticut, but and our students' tuition, of course. But we do have gaps to fill, and we do that through significant fundraising, through an organization called the Middlesex Community College Foundation. Actually, it's separate, legally separate from the college, but they are a fundraising group that fully supports raising money for scholarships and for what we call academic enhancements. So faculty members are able to put in requests for funding through the foundation for things like purchasing graphing calculators for our students,
Sure.
or for having guest speakers on campus that enhance what's happening in the classroom. So our fundraiser is called the Red Moon Gala,
Yeah.
and this year we're holding it on Saturday, October 5th at 7 o'clock. And we raise money through the Red Moon Gala, certainly by people coming to the event. Tickets are $50 per person. And during the course of the evening, we've got, it's like a wine tasting, we have soft drinks, we have locally produced foods that are available for people to kind of munch on. A lot of good friendship happens there because people will come and have it's sort of like a nice party atmosphere. People who really appreciate what's happening at the college. This year we have special entertainment, a group called the New York Dueling Pianos.
I saw this.
These guys are fabulous.
Yeah.
Very interactive, very lively musical performers who play off of each other and then also play off of the audience, trying to play sort of like your greatest hits album in your head,
right?
To get people to sing along or to dance along. They take requests and try to get the audience really involved in getting up and participating. So that's an additional attraction, we think, this year to get people to come to our Red Moon Gala.
Wow.
The other thing that happens during the event is we do have a live auction. So we do have things such as an African safari trip that we're auctioning off.
Very cool.
Several golf excursions, things of that sort that we do auction off with a live auction. And we have also what's called the teacup auction.
Right.
You buy a sheet of tickets and you put your tickets in the things that you'd like to win for the evening. And finally, one other way that we've been raising money this year is through a special raffle. So for $100 per ticket, which seems a little steep,
right?
But first prize is $10,000. And
$100 could win 10 grand.
10 grand. And we're only selling 300 tickets, so you have a 1 in 300 shot at winning 10 grand.
Okay.
Right? Second prize is a week's stay at Water's Edge here in Westbrook.
All right.
And third prize is a 50-inch flat screen TV with a sound bar. So it's pretty neat, easy way to do a fundraiser.
It is.
And if you do the math, I mean, if we sell 300 tickets, that's 300 times $100 a piece is $30,000.
Right.
We give away 10. The foundation keeps 20.
There you go.
And we use that for scholarships.
Wow. You guys are a very busy university.
It is very busy there, yeah.
It
keeps me on my toes every day.
It does. What's a typical day like for you?
Oh gosh, typical day for me could be a number of things, such as today we had a student forum. So we provided some pizza and we got students together to ask questions of me and the deans of the college about things that are happening on campus.
Right.
So students were asking about some of the various activities we have outside of class time, and wanting to know, how they can be more involved with that. Wanting to know how they could transfer to the state universities and other, private institutions in the state. And also had some questions about some of what you may have heard about this idea of consolidating the community colleges into one big school. So that is coming down the road, but they were asking how that might affect them. And a lot of the plans for that consolidation are really to benefit students, to allow them to go to any of the community college campuses in Connecticut, register for any course at any of the campuses, but most importantly to be able to have the same set of course requirements in a degree program. So you want to major in communication at Middlesex, the requirements would be the same as if you went to, say, Capital in Hartford or Gateway in New Haven.
Exactly, and they're all run. Now, how many state-run universities are there in the state of Connecticut?
Okay. There are 12 community colleges.
Okay.
And 4 state universities, so Eastern, Western, Southern, and Central.
Yeah.
And Charter Oak State College, which is a fully online baccalaureate institution. So, we have many programs that, regardless of which community college a student goes to, if you get your associate degree with us, these programs transfer directly to the state universities, and students enter the university as juniors, no loss of credit, and they can go on to get their bachelor's degree with a guarantee that they will only need to take 60 additional credits. Take 60 with us at the community college, plus 60 at the university to get their bachelor's degree.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
So, my typical day. So
Yeah.
today we had a student forum. We also had a meeting with some staff in the Meriden Public Schools about how to strengthen our relationship in the city of Meriden a little bit better to give students there greater access to courses that we offer at Platt High School and in our Meriden campus. Certainly coming here.
Absolutely.
Tonight,
Absolutely.
and then also planning for the Red Moon this Saturday. So it was a pretty varied day today for me.
Exactly. How are things going with the Red Moon planning?
Red Moon planning is going very well. We've sold 160 tickets to the event, still selling raffle tickets. So, if people want a little more information about Red Moon, they can go to our website, which is www.mxcc.edu. That takes you to the college's website, and if you put a little slash after that and the word Red Moon, that'll take you to a place where you can learn more about the event, buy tickets in advance, or sponsor us.
Right. Would you mind sticking around for another segment?
Sorry?
All right. We'll be right back.
Okay.
With newspapers and media outlets merging all over the country, communities are losing their local voice.
There's so much going on in the community that I think doesn't really, there's a lot of folks who are unaware of it. And I think things like this can bring it out into the community and in that way kind of bring the community together.
Information to our residents is the key to good governance. And with the national media and local media not often covering us, this is an excellent opportunity for us constantly to communicate with our constituents and also to have them communicate with us.
The best outcomes will be achieved through a community-based organization that grows its operation and scale by means of locally produced programming.
All of our content is volunteer produced, so we do shows from talk shows to music shows, working with high schools.
VSC-TV is committed to ensuring that the investment made to secure these powerful tools will pay great dividends in the community for many, many years.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. Sitting here with Steve Minkler, who's the president and CEO of Middlesex Community College. Steve, welcome back.
Well, Pete, thanks again for having me.
Thanks for sticking around. So we were talking about the first segment of the college, the university. Let's open up this segment talking about if people want to go to the university and...
Okay. Well, certainly, if people are interested in coming to Middlesex Community College, our website has a wealth of information. So if they go to www.mxcc.edu, they'll get a full look at the different kinds of programming we have. So again, we have digital media, health careers is a strong suit of ours, criminal justice and human services, early childhood education, business, manufacturing, lots of things for students to choose from. We're really proud of our accredited program, so if a student wanted to take a career in veterinary technology, basically it's nursing for animals.
Right.
That's an accredited program, so students will get their associate degree and be able to sit for a national exam that says, okay, you're really good to go with this program, that it just shows how rigorous it is. And we also have an outstanding program in radiology. So, in fact, one of my little talking points is, do you know that if you went to one of the facilities that's part of the Middlesex Hospital Health System, and you have to go for an x-ray or radiography, you have a 2 in 3 chance of meeting a Middlesex graduate. So,
really?
Yeah, that many students have come through our program and have been employed in the area.
Wow.
So students can find out about all of our programs through the website. They'll also find out that we're very affordable. So 1 year at Middlesex Community College with books and everything is about $5,000, which means that if you roll that out over 2 years to get your associate degree, you're all in for between $10,000 and $11,000 total for an associate degree. We have lots of financial aid that's available to students, and basically, like any student going to any college or university, you fill out a FAFSA form, which helps us determine what your financial need is. And we've determined that about half of our students have significant needs, so that half of our students pay nothing out of pocket. They have federal grants or state scholarships that pay for that entire $11,000 for them to come to Middlesex.
Wow.
And the rest of the students, we do have a lot of aid for, even if they're not getting the full cost provided for them.
Sure.
Many scholarships that are given by our foundation, raising the money through our Red Moon Gala, that we provide those scholarships for those students. Again, it's a bargain.
Yeah.
And if a student starts with a community college like Middlesex and then goes on to a state university or UConn or any private institution, they're going to be saving quite a bit of money, and I think having a great start. Our faculty are top-notch, programs and facilities are great, so it's a really good time to be a student at Middlesex.
It is. And now, what is the ratio if you're in a class between student and faculty?
Okay.
Class size.
Well, our average size class is about 20. And we've got many classes that are smaller than that, kind of depending on where a student is in their academic program. So for example, they might be in an introductory level class that has 45 students,
right.
maybe 50. And we usually don't have very many classes that even get to that limit.
Okay.
So an introductory class might be 45, 50 students. But when they get into a course that's, let's say, that's preparing them for their internship in media production, they might be in a class with 7 or 8 students.
All right.
So it's a pretty low ratio, and our faculty are there to be teachers. So they're all experts in their field, and what makes community colleges very special is that our faculty are teachers first. You go to a big university, many of their faculty are excellent teachers, but they're also required to do a significant amount of research in their field. Mm-hmm. Our faculty do research, but their focus is the students, and it shows every day in their work.
Wow. What else do we want to talk about and educate the people on?
Well, again, I think Middlesex, great programs, a great bargain. I think the other thing we have to offer, too, at our main campus is it's a beautiful campus. So if you've not visited the campus...
I haven't visited yet, but okay. I have an invitation.
You're going to come up?
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to bring the crew up to look at our Center for New Media.
Absolutely.
But it's a gorgeous campus, and it's on the hill overlooking the Connecticut River, and it's a little bit chilly in the winter.
Yeah.
But this time of year in the fall, it's just beautiful. We have a couple of function rooms that overlook the woods that surround our campus. Sometimes there are some walking trails that go in the woods and around the reservoir that's behind the campus that are really gorgeous places to be. So it's a beautiful campus, and we've got a lot of activity outside of classes. So we've taken students on bus trips to New York City and to Boston. We've got clubs that are trying to get together intramural soccer and volleyball, things of that nature. We have a theater club. And we've got different music clubs and a lot of different things happening on campus to get students involved in ways just beyond their classes in the classroom. And I think that's important too, because community colleges in Connecticut don't have dormitories. No. So it's a little harder for us to kind of keep students on campus. It's a commuter college.
Exactly.
Many of our students work part-time, many work full-time, and have responsibilities such as their jobs and families that it's sometimes difficult to get them to stick around and be part of the greater community. But I think we do a pretty good job at that. There's plenty of things going on.
Definitely. It sounds like you guys are a great community college.
Yeah. And I think that's, our middle name is community. So
yes,
it's,
exactly.
We really do try to have the campus be a place where students enjoy being with each other. The faculty can get to know the students professionally and in a really close way and guide them into what their academic and career choices might be. So it's small enough. 2,600 credit students means that we're one of the smaller of the 12 community colleges.
Right.
But it creates that really nice, small, family-oriented atmosphere.
And I'm sure you're around campus walking.
Oh, yes, I am. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I do enjoy about working at a college is that I get to feel that I'm making a difference in the lives of students. But
exactly.
Part of that is to be present to the students and do work with them and not just be sort of the complaint office.
Right.
Because I do get those, and that's
I'm
fine.
sure you do.
I mean, my job is to kind of fix that kind of stuff
Absolutely.
for students. But I enjoy working with students on different projects that they have going on, or going to their club meetings and getting to know them as well.
I was going to say, I'm sure you've walked into a class and just observed a class one afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's fun to do, to see, some of the faculty. I mean, having supervised the faculty, I get to see them in their element.
Exactly.
And we've got some great people who are, these are folks who all have doctoral degrees, which is the highest degree you can get in your profession. Many of them have worked in industry, so we've got people who are in our business program who have been attorneys and have been marketing experts. People in our media program who themselves have won Emmy Awards for their work before coming into college life. And to see them really kind of shine doing what they do well is really something to see if you just kind of wander into a classroom. And to see how the students really engage with their faculty members and be excited about what they're learning. It is something.
Have you ever wandered into a classroom, just unannouncedly walked in and
yes, I have.
Sat there and observed?
I have. The faculty are actually kind of open to that idea. I don't stay very long because it is unannounced, like you said. But they're very open to that and very welcoming at the same time.
They obviously tell everybody who you are, or do they just continue with their lesson?
Usually they continue with their lesson. I'll let them kind of play that by ear. I don't want to make a big deal about barging in on them.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So we have a gala coming up on Saturday.
That's right. So
Saturday
the Middlesex
night.
Community College Foundation's Red Moon Gala, Saturday, October 5th at 7 p.m. Tickets $50 per person. If you haven't bought them in advance, you can certainly buy them at the door.
Okay.
And it's a fundraising event to have money for scholarships for students and academic enhancements that our faculty can use to bring in all sorts of things for their students to really kind of add to what they're doing in their classroom. So $50 per person, Saturday night.
There you go. Now tell us a little bit about the foundation.
Okay, the foundation is its own separate entity, so they are their own business. Corporate entity, a 501c3 charitable organization that is attached to Middlesex Community College in the sense that their mission is to raise money to support the college. So we have a board of directors that meets on a monthly basis, and these are volunteers from the community who have agreed to spend their time working on behalf of the foundation and the college to raise money for our students. Our current chair is a woman named Julie Crawford. She is an alum of the college. And our incoming chair, Laura Kruger, who went through our digital media production program, is also an alumna of the college. So it's a mix of people who've gone to the college and people who just believe in the mission of what a community college is and that our students deserve the support from the community that they live and work in.
Exactly. And you guys sound like you're a very community-orientated college.
Definitely so. We do try to make sure we are connected in many ways. Between having our students being involved in activities in the city of Middletown and also in the city of Meriden and in the communities around us. That could be placing them in internships, but also doing what we call civic engaged learning. So how do we as a college with our faculty, staff, and students just become more involved in things that are happening in the world around us? Because if we don't take ownership of our community, there is no sense of community. So most of our students maybe grew up and live and will work in the communities surrounding Middlesex Community College, and they are part of making their communities vibrant in the future.
Wow, it sounds like you guys are a very, very busy university. And I was going to say, it being a little bit almost October, I'm sure the academic year has already ramped up and kicked off. How are things going so far?
Things are going pretty well so far.
Good.
Yeah, we're in, I think, about week 5 or week 6 of the semester. And it's been pretty busy on campus. You see students really kind of putting their nose to the grindstone, doing the work that they need to do, sort of being mid-semester-ish. Midterm grades will be coming up pretty soon. So things are going really well, and I see many students on campus working really hard in the labs and in their classrooms, and in our beautiful learning commons too. Just really being thoroughly engaged in the work that they're doing.
Tell us a little bit about the Learning Commons.
Yeah, the Learning Commons is actually what we've sort of rebranded from what was our library. And what we did is we moved our Academic Success Center, which is tutoring and testing, into the library. And we also moved distance learning and online education into the library. So there's staff there who can help students with work that they may be doing on the computers at the college, all within one physical space now known as the Learning Commons. We completely renovated it about a year ago, and it's really a nice hangout space for students. In lots of ways, you'd think maybe the old school thinking of what a library is, you have to be really quiet and people don't talk. This is a really vibrant space where we've got staff that are there to help students with their research projects, computer-based learning, and tutoring for all subjects that we have at the college.
Very nice. So we've got a little bit more time left. What else you want to tell everybody?
Well, I think, again, visit our website, www.mxcc.edu, to learn more about the college. You can visit us anytime in person. Our main campus in Middletown's at 100 Training Hill Road in the south end of town. Okay. And our Meriden Center is at Platt High School in the city of Meriden, where we have classes afternoons and evenings. We also run our manufacturing programs together with Vinyl Technical High School in Middletown and Wilcox Technical High School in Meriden, so there's a way for students to get into that career field with collaborations that we have with those two schools. But I would invite anybody to stop by anytime to take a look at the college, meet our faculty, say hello to some students in the cafeteria or the Learning Commons, and get to know us better. And I think people who aren't familiar with Middlesex will be pleasantly surprised at what they see.
Cool. President Steve Minkler, thanks for coming down. We'll see you again soon.
All right, Pete, thanks very much.
Thank you, my friend. On behalf of President Steve Minkler, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.